You're watching the chapter number 20 of the Blender Materials Textures and Nodes course, Wireframe node in Blender. In today's chapter, we'll be understanding about a very simple node named as the Wireframe node, and then we'll also use it practically in the retro gaming arcade scene that we have been creating in this course. And for those of you who are new to this course, do watch the previous 19 chapters by using the link of the playlist given in the pinned comment. So I've opened this materials file where in the last chapter we learned about the sky texture node, and in this particular chapter our target is to understand about a very basic node which is called the wireframe node. So to see how it works, I'll select this UV sphere, then go to the shader editor and I'll change the shader type from void to object. Now we have this material with the wave texture and the displacement applied on this UV sphere. But to create a new material, go to the material properties, click on the plus icon, then click on the new button, and to apply this material, press tab to enter the edit mode, press A to select all, and then click on this assign button. After this, return back to the object mode, and to use the wireframe node, go to the shader editor, press shift plus A, then go to input, and here you have the wireframe node. So I'll select it and place it over here. Now this wireframe node is used to retrieve the edges of an object as it appears to cycles. You will understand this in a much better way when we practically use this node while creating a simple material. So for this, I'll take the factor socket in the wireframe node and will connect it to the base color in the principal BSDF. And by doing this, you can see that we are having a material applied on the UV sphere which looks like the wireframe display of an object. But one more thing that you can notice in this material is that it is forming these triangulated faces. But if I actually go to the edit mode, let's also switch to the solid mode, then here you can see that originally the UV sphere is having only square shaped faces and not triangulated. And this is the feature of the wireframe node. Whenever we use it, it will always create triangulated faces in order to form the wireframe material. Then over here, you have this option to turn on the pixel size, and if I turn it on and wait for a few seconds, then you will begin to notice that it is now appearing as a dot-like pattern which is forming the same pattern. But for now, I'll disable the pixel size, and then we have the size parameter, and by using it, we can control the thickness of these edge lines. So in the end, the wireframe node is a very simple node that can be used to create a fake look of the wireframe display of any object in your scene. Now before moving forward, if you want to download this particular Blender file containing all the materials that we have created in this course, then you can join the Patreon, whose link is added in the description. And now is the time to use the concept of wireframe node that we just understood in the arcade scene that we started creating in the chapter number 1 of this course. So I've opened this file with the retro gaming arcade scene, and in today's chapter, we'll be creating the side walls of this scene, and then we'll use the wireframe node in its material. So to do this thing, let's go to the solid mode, then select the plane, then go to the front or the side view, press tab to enter the edit mode, then press 2 for the edge select mode, select these two edges, and now press E to extrude them in the x-axis, then left click and also return back to the object mode. After this, to create a new material for the side faces, I'll first change the shader type to object in the shader editor, and after this, go to the material properties, click on the plus icon, and then create a new material. Now I'll change the mode from solid to the material preview mode, and here we notice that right now we are having the brick texture material applied on the side faces. So go to the edit mode, press 3 for the face select mode, and we'll now select both the side faces together with the shift key holded. Now select the material in the material properties and click on the assign button. After this, return back to the object mode, and now let's create the material for these walls with the help of the wireframe node. So press shift plus A, then go to input and select wireframe. Let's place it over here. Now connect the factor socket to the base color, and by doing this, we'll get this material applied on the side faces. However, the reason why we are not seeing a large number of faces on this material is that both of these faces in the edit mode has 0 subdivisions by default. So to fix this, I'll first select this face, then right click and select subdivide. After this, go to the subdivide menu and increase the number of cuts to around 16. And after this, you will now have a perfect material created with the wireframe node. Let's do the similar thing with this face also. So go to the edit mode, select this face, right click and select subdivide. Then in this menu, change the number of cuts to 16 and return back to the object mode. So till now we applied our knowledge of creating a very simple looking material with the wireframe node, but now suppose you want to change these colors from black and white to something else, and we can do this thing by using the color ramp node. So to add it here, press shift plus A, then go to converter and select color ramp. Let's place it in between the wireframe and the principal BSDF node, and after this, we are having 2 pointers in which the black pointer will control the color of the black part of this material, and the white pointer will control the color of the white part of this material. For example, with this black pointer selected, if I click here and increase the brightness, then you will notice that the color of the black part has now changed. So by using the color wheel, I'll change this color to orange, and in a similar way, you can also set any color for the second pointer instead of the white color. In this way, you can add colors of your own to this wireframe material with the help of the color ramp node. Let's also switch to the render preview mode in order to see how the material we'll finally look in the scene. Now before moving forward, we can also apply some emission effect on this material, and to do this thing, go to the principal BSDF node, and in the emission, we have the option to control the emission color and the emission strength. But instead of manually putting the emission strength, we can directly use this factor socket of the wireframe node. So let's connect this to the emission strength, and by doing this, you will notice the emission effect being added on this material on the side walls, and you can also control its color by going to the emission color, and for now I'll change this color to light blue. After this, if I try to increase the value of size, then it will not only control the size of this edge pattern, but along with that, it will also control the emission strength. So for now, I'll keep this value of the size to around 0.02, and now it looks perfect. And with this, we now arrive to the end of the chapter number 20. Today we understood about the wireframe node in Blender that we also use to create the materials of the side walls. Apart from this, if you want to download the Blender file containing the complete retro gaming arcade scene, then you can join the Patreon of this channel by using the link given in the description. And so our next chapter will be the chapter number 21, finalizing the scene. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel, press that notification bell so that you can get timely updates about the upcoming chapters. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.